Good day everyone. So today we from tutorial 3 group 1 going to discuss about chapter 1 managing today for CIB1001 management. Our group consists of 10 members which is Yap Yee Ewe, Jordan Lim, Yong Zheng, Howard Lee, Darian Pong, Tan Wei Jie, Richard Tan, Cheng Min Jie, Ong Kah Hui and Foo Hui Wen. So in this discussion, we will discuss 5 discussions questions from our management textbook page 47 and 10-point summary from case application 1 which is on the page 49 and another 5 discussions question from page 49. So the first part that we're going to discuss is the first 5 discussions question. So let's move on. Okay, so let's see the first question. What is an organization and what characteristic do an organization share? So actually an organization is a deliberate collection of people brought together to accomplish a specific problem. In a simpler way, we can also say that an organization is a group of people. They work together on a common purpose. So for example, a football team counted as an organization that consists of 11 players and there might be a team manager, a president, and all of them they work together on the same purpose, which is they want to achieve a gold medal in a competition. Other than that, we can also include 10 of us right now presenting as an organization because we are working together to accomplish our presentation. Okay, so now I will be answering the question, what characteristic do an organization share? So the first characteristic of an organization share is that it has a distinct purpose, which is also expressed as a goal or a set up goal. For example, Shopee provides consumer an easy, secure, fast and enjoyable online shopping experience that is enjoyed by 10 millions of consumers daily. So we can see that on the slide, the highlighted words provides an easy, secure, fast and enjoyable online shopping experience is one of the goals that Shopee would like to achieve on it. The second characteristic of an organization we share are people. As we know, all organizations require human members. Can you imagine if there is no human members? Will it still call an organization? Okay, so people we can divide into 2 groups. A group of 2 or more individuals in an organization, and people are the ones that make decisions and engage in work activities to reach the organization goals. Without human members, how can a company achieve their goals? So for example, at Shopee, employees they work together to solve all the problems or any complaints that the customer facing in order to provide the best experience for the customer. So from this, we can see that people is very important in an organization to help the company to achieve their goals. Without human or without people, how can a company work very well? The last characteristic of an organization is structure. Structure commonly recognized and adhered to by all the members. In some way, it also defines and limits the behavior of its member. As we know, most of the large organization has a structure with different business or department or functional areas. And within that structure, rules, regulation, and policy might guide what people can do and what people cannot do. Because if there is no structure, some members will supervise other members and it will cause arguments or disband among the members. Example, Shopee is a big organization, so they have different departments like the design department, marketing department, or product management department or more. And among those departments, and they have their own rules and regulation to prevent any arguments between their members. So this is the end for the question 1, and I'll pass to Hui Wen for the second questions. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Foo Hui Wen, and now let us proceed to questions number 2. Roles define the managers. Do you agree or disagree with these statements? Discuss what you think managers do. So in my humble opinion, I do agree with these statements because just like as we know, managers, they are classified as the first line of the team, and also they have carrying the roles and also act as a leader to lead the teams and also to oversee the whole organizations when they are making a decision in order to reach their targets. What do really the managers do? According to the Mintzberg management, there are 10 roles of manager. So they are divided into 3 majors. The first one is the interpersonal roles, which is basically about how the managers, they provide the data to the others. So there are 3 mini points. The first one is the figureheads as a ceremonial representative, and so they will attend some important events of the company, and also they have the legal responsibilities towards the company. In short, it means that it likes a symbol of the certain company. So just for an example, like Tesla for the Elon Musk. And let's move on to the next point, which is the leader. So basically, managers, they will provide their leaderships and also motivates the other subordinates, like to keep them have the motivations and also carrying them. Are they all right or what? In order to make them find the right path. It's very vital that managers that do care about the internal organizations, but on the other hand, at the external of the organizations, managers do have important roles as well. So which leads to the third point, liaisons, which it means that it become a bridge between the internal organization and also the external organization. So let's move on to the next, which is the informational roles. Informational roles, like basically how a managers, they processing the data. So the first one is a monitor. Like they will seek the related changes in the environments and also at markets. So they will, along the way, they will monitor the team performance. Like they will always compare, or is this what is as targeted. It also have to act as a disseminators, have to communicate useful information with the others' colleagues. They should have a good communication skill with the others in order to let the useful information with one another. So just like we say, because managers, they are symbols to the company. So it's logically they will represent and also speak out for the companies. So it's just like they will attend the conference of the launchings of the projects of the company. So basically the managers will be the transmit the informations of the product or maybe services to the outsiders. Okay, so let's move on to the last one, is the decisions making roles, which how managers, they use the informations. So just like last one, from the monitor roles, like they will always seek the changes in the markets. But what do they do? So this is related to the next point, which is entrepreneur, which means that they will generate new ideas. Like when there is a demand of a certain customers, so create the new ideas and also innovatives, and also implementing them on their new projects or maybe services in order to attract more attractions from the customer. It's definitely during the processing of the projects, it will always have unexpected roadblocks happens. So managers, they act as a disturbance handler in order to handle those situations and overcome the circumstances with the team. So when there is a limited resources that are available for a team, so the managers have to allocate all the resources and refunds wisely. So let's bring to the last point, which is negotiators. So negotiator is like managers have to represent the companies in important negotiations, like have to discuss with the clients as a win-win negotiations. So with this, a good communication skill is very important for a manager.
Hi, my name is Richard. Let's proceed to the third discussion, which is in today's environment, which is more important to organizations, efficiency or effectiveness. Okay, so, well, in my personal opinion, although we can't deny the fact that both effectiveness and efficiency play a dominant role in an organization's management, but then I would say that effectiveness should be the focus on before efficiency. So first of all, let us thoroughly understand the difference of both terms in every aspect. So effectiveness means the ability of a firm or organization to produce an intended result, or basically an output, in the way that results in the least waste of time, effort and resources. Meanwhile, efficiency is the ability to produce a better result, specifically one that delivers more value or achieves a better outcome. Okay. According to Peter Drucker, an Austrian-American management consultant, effectiveness is doing things right, while efficiency is doing the right thing. An effective team focuses on getting maximum output with the least amount of time and effort, as I mentioned before. They will also use a methodical work process, define and follow rules given by the relevant authorities, and also embrace standardization and automation in product making process. Okay, meanwhile, as I mentioned earlier, an efficient team focus on doing the right things in the right way, are results driven, focus on the big picture, and also shift priorities as necessary. So let's take a look at the example that I provided. So for example, if Toyota can make 100 cars with X values of employees, time and money, then Toyota is actually more efficient than Nissan, which only can make 80 cars with the same amount of resources. Okay, so efficiency, also known as productivity, is to maintain and improve the productivity of a work unit and organization, while organizational effectiveness actually relates to goal attainment. Okay, so let's take a look at the next example. If Toyota can make 100 cars as compared to Nissan, which makes only 80 cars, with the same amount of resources, but the quality made by Toyota is only 9 out of 10 as compared to Nissan that achieves 10 out of 10, which leads to a 50% sales in return for Nissan, but only 20% sales in return for Toyota. Thus, in this case, Nissan is actually more effective than Toyota. So let's take a look at the conclusion. Which comes first, effectiveness or efficiency? So although we don't have a definite answer to this discussion, but what I can say is every company must have a strong emphasis on the attainment on both efficiency and also effectiveness. So as we can observe in this society, a team that is highly efficient but lacks of effectiveness may spend too much time ensuring deadlines are reached and boxes are ticked. They may do this without prioritizing the right projects. So meanwhile, a team that prioritizes effectiveness over efficiency may be focusing on the right tasks, but then not at the preferred speed or consistency that an efficient team would. In conclusion, a team needs to identify what needs to be done. Only then they can optimize their work and do it efficiently. Last but not least, being efficient and getting a lot of things done doesn't necessarily mean increased productivity, because you could be doing the wrong task. So in this sense, becoming effective should be the focus before efficiency, but the ultimate goal is for a team to become efficiently effective, which means doing the right things well. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Jordan, and now I'm going to explain the differences between the managerial functions in a for-profit organization and a not-for-profit organization. First and foremost, from the sense of meaning, the non-for-profit organization is an organized structure which doesn't earn profit for its owners. All of their money earned through pursuing business activities or through donations in order to run the organization. In contrast, for-profit organization operates with the goal of making money, as well as serving their customers by selling a product or services. Business owner earns an income from the for-profit and may also pay shareholders and investors from the profits. Furthermore, the differences between both of them can also be determined by the measurement of the profit. In for-profit organizations, the measure of profit is recognized as bottom line, as well as the unambiguous measure of the business organization effectiveness, whereas the no-for-profit organizations don't have such a universal measure, which makes performance measurement more difficult. In not-for-profit organizations, making a profit for the owners is not the primary focus. Moreover, organization oversight and management is also a crucial element to differentiate both of the organizations. Not-for-profits usually have larger boards of directors that might be voluntary members bringing in the resources to help expand the organization's community outreach and fundraising efforts. The volunteer labor force is distinct to the not-for-profit organization. On the other hand, for-profits have paid employees and contractors that perform duties. Larger not-for-profits, including some local agencies, do have payroll employees running the organization. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Yong Zheng. Right now, I'm going to discuss question 5, which is about using any of the popular business periodicals, such as Bloomberg Business Week, Fortune, Wall Street Journal, and Fast Company. Find examples of managers doing each of the 4 management functions. Write up a description and explain how these are examples of that function. The first management function is planning. Planning includes those managers who are more focused on defining goals and objectives of an organization as well as fabricating the overall strategy for a company with a strong focus on intensive coordination, integration, and sustainability. The best example of this type of function is Tim Cook of Apple Incorporated. After Steve Jobs, who continuously focused on product innovation, Tim Cook asserts that one can only do a few things great. He has been focused on the existing strengths of the organization. The importance given to accord between senior executives and the lack of micromanagement clearly indicates a democratic managerial style. The second management function is organizing. Under this management function, managers are focused on following an organized approach for work completion and determining which tasks are to be completed by when and by whom, as well as how they are to be completed. This involves following more of a project management approach. The best example for this would be Amazon, which adopted a nimble two-pizza team structure to stay close to the customer for avoid distractions and make quick decisions. The two-pizza teams model is exactly what it sounds like. No team should be larger than what 2 pizzas can fit, which is about 6 employees. The third management function is leading. Under this management function, managers use knowledge, character, and charisma to generate enthusiasm and inspire efforts to achieve goals. Managers must also lead by communicating goals throughout the organization, building commitment to a common vision, resolving conflicts, and encouraging high performance. Managers can use the power of reward and punishment to make people support plans and goals. Leaders inspire people to support plans, creating belief and commitment. Leadership and management skills are not the same, but they can do appear in the most effective people. The best example for this would be one of the key values of Speedwing World Naval Service, which is client first, and therefore they heavily invest in dedicated finance and accounting delivery teams for each of their clients, with every team member trained in the client's value and culture. Employees are rewarded and take significant pride in achieving client objectives. The last management function is controlling. Controlling is the process of monitoring activities, measuring performance, comparing results to objectives, and make modifications and corrections when needed. Unexpected things will happen. Observing and responding to what actually happens is called controlling. The best example for this would be Samsung that eagerly compete with Apple in order to enter the global market as there is a threat from Apple producing a brand new iPhone. Unfortunately, they are too rushed in producing their Galaxy Note 7, which is poor in quality as well as having a battery cell issue which will cause hazards to the users. Thus, Samsung not only plans to recall the products with faulty batteries, but also retailer inventories and units in transit to minimize the damage to its product recovery. Samsung expects the recovery of sales will be within 2 weeks after the replacement.
Hi, I'm Howard. Now I'm going to present case application which is about management training in Walmart. After discussion, we summarize out 10 points from the article. The first point, Walmart is the largest retailer in the world and it has more than 11,700 retails and around 2.3 million associates in the world. So we know that Walmart is a multinational retail corporation that operates a chain of hypermarkets. The second point, Walmart recent revenue was more than 485.3 billion and it made more than 13.6 billion in their profit. The next point, Walmart Academy training program is created in 2016. So the training program is created mainly to help the employee, especially in lower level managed position, be more successful in their career. The training has been completed by more than 150,000 store supervisor and department manager across United States. These trainings include all advanced management skills which mainly to transform the in-store shopping experience into a consistently positive one. The next point, we know that brick and mortar retailer facing an increasing competitive pressure, especially nowadays from the online sellers, for example Amazon. So they are forced to provide customers something attractive so they can retain their customer. The next point, Walmart started to focus back to training their employees to be more attentive to customer if the company really wants to create a more pleasant in-store shopping experience. There is a total of 2.7 billion has been spent by Walmart just to focus on their employee training and wage increases. Unlike Walmart, there are companies that evidently do not focus on training their manager. This results in the new manager maybe are not being well prepared for the transition into the management role, and some of them even failing to make the transition. The last point, Walmart decisions to invest in training appears to be a wise investment. This is because managers really play a crucial role in employee motivation and engagement.
Thank you, Howard. Next question, I would like to talk about why would the company want employees in lower level management position to be more successful in their careers? I would like to mention that lower level management is the management that is closest to the production line. If their management is not successful enough, their production line will be a problem. So the first thing they want to make sure the lower level management has met, which is the efficiency. Efficiency also means to the resource usage, also means to doing things right. In contrary, later we would like to talk about effectiveness. Effectiveness is something about doing right things. Alright, I would like to continue efficiency. The main goal of efficiency is lower the waste. Means that the resources, the money, the time, the energy of all of these employees and the company, right? From our case study, which is the Walmart has developed a training program for their newbies, which is the new employees. We know that newbie will be using a lot of time to gain experience, to adapt to the new working scope, to adapt to the new working environment. Hence, Walmart has developed a training program for their new employee, which is teaching them the experience, the techniques, the tips will be provided through the training program. So in the last situation, which is the new employees, when they get into work, they won't waste any resources of Walmart company. So this is the efficiency. This is the way the Walmart to make sure the efficiency. Next, effectiveness. Effectiveness is the goal attainment, or as I mentioned earlier, doing the right things. Means that the lower level management must achieve certain targets assigned by the higher management level and have the ability to work in high pressure, close due date, etc. They will developing in great soft skills while handling tasks. From our case study above, Walmart has provided the training program not only from their professional skills like their hardware, computer skills or whatever, but also from soft skill, which is the communication skill within of the employees and also the patient, etc. Next, I would like to talk about the 4 functions of management. The first function will be planning. The definition of planning is defining the goals, establish strategies, developing the plans to continue activities. So the lower level management will define the achievable goals, develop the tasks that need to be done by certain departments. For example, the lower level management assign the job, which is the department A will be given the task A, department B will be given the task B, etc. Next function will be organizing. The definition of organizing is determine which tasks need to be done by whom, when or where, etc. So the lower level management will assign jobs to everyone of certain department or whatever, giving a due date for them to complete it as soon as possible. For example, the lower level management assign the work to department A, which the due date will be 12 December 2022, etc. Next, leading is also one of the functions of management. Leading defines as motivating employees, selecting effective communication channel like Microsoft or Google Team, and resolving conflicts when conflicts appear. Lower level management will try to find out the wrong person, solve the conflict from the roots if the conflict appear, like someone who is always not patient enough for the other employees, and lower level management will try to have a talk with him and try to let the person who is with the wrong culture with the team to have to put that person into the other people's shoes to have a different perspective. So this is the function of leading. And then next, controlling. Controlling define and monitoring performances, compare, correct significant deviations, and lower level management will always review back to the roots of problem and roots of success, which means that if they develop task A and then we get a success, but when they develop task B, they get a failure. So it means that the lower level management will need to always refer back to all the tasks, all the performance they had, and then try to develop again the success one and avoid the failure one. Next, I would like to pass to Min Jie.
Hi guys, I'm Min Jie. So right now I'm going to discuss about what benefits and challenges do you see to a training program such as this. So let's start with the benefit part. The first one is increased knowledge equal increased profit. The know-how and skills that employees learn through successful training program translate to tangible benefit like increased sales, reduced turnover, improved processor, and more satisfied customer, all of which positively affect the company bottom line. In a survey of 2,000 company that had organized comprehensive training program had 200% higher revenue per employee and even 24% higher profit margin. The second one is improved job satisfaction and employee engagement. So employee training is that opportunity for learning and career growth increase employees' level of job satisfaction. So when a company is starting to invest in their training, it shows them that they are valued by their company. It also gives them the tools they need to grow and feel confident at their job. Job satisfaction is closely tied to an employee level of engagement. In today's workforce, the level of engagement is quite low. This should not be ignored, as satisfied and engaged employees are more profitable, fewer accidents, provide better service, and excel in problem solving. The last benefit is increased employee motivation. So when a company provides learning opportunities, the employees can apply their new skills and take on new challenges at work, which improve their level of enthusiasm for their job. Employee motivation is crucial because it actually relates to the level of energy, commitment, and creativity that a company workers bring to their job. Like job satisfaction and engagement, motivation has many benefits such as increased productivity. Employees want to feel empowered, value, and inspire. By providing learning opportunities and training, it can address unmotivated employees. So let's move to another part, which is challenges. So the first one is high cost. The expenses associated with employee training can be daunting for company. The cost of travel, training facilities, in-house training development, and equipment can quickly add up. While the average budget for large company was 17 million in 2019, in comparison, small company had an average budget of 300k. So the second one is poor quality training can result in poor quality work. We have all heard the saying practice makes perfect, but what happens when you start to practice bad habit? Creating high quality training materials and finding quality instructor is time intensive and challenging. It might be tempting to bypass quality in favor of simplicity, but it can quickly backfire if the training passes on bad habit and incorrect knowledge to employees.
Hi, my name is Wei Jie and I'll be presenting the third question of the case study. Now, the third question stated that what additional managerial topics might you suggest to be covered in the Walmart Academy training program? And I need to think in terms of the 3 ways to look at what managers do. Now look at the first one. There are 3 ways to look at what managers do. When the first one is 4 functions approach, we have planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. The next one we have management roles approach, which has interpersonal roles, decisional roles, and informational roles. And the third one is skills and competencies, which we have conceptual skills, interpersonal skills, technical skills, and finally political skills. Now, the first managerial topic that I would like to cover in the Walmart Academy training program is leadership vision. So leadership vision is the ability to concentrate on the most important aspects of business, such as what managers want to achieve and what type of leader managers aspire to be. It aims for developing, refining, and sustaining leadership visions of managers. I think it is an important managerial topic to be covered because it provides inspiration and motivation. Managers and workers tends to work harder when they have targets to meet. It sets a goal for a team to accomplish within a period. Secondly, I think it also offers clarity and focus because I think that people are convinced to work when showed the direction or a defined destination. There are many external factors that causes us to divert attention from what we want to achieve. Without a leadership vision statement, mundane problems could still focus away from important growth projects. With a clear vision statement, it's easier to ensure that time and effort are spent wisely and in a way that moves the organization closest to its goals. So the second skill that I would like to cover in the Walmart Academy training program is negotiating skills, because I think strong negotiating skills brings opportunity. So often without strong negotiating skills, deals are always come out unsatisfactory, unprofitable, and sometimes the deals even gets rejected. So managers need to have the ability to create a win-win situation to prevent themselves from being compromised and also the other party. With strong negotiating skills, managers can create a deal with terms that is satisfactory for both parties. Although there are some losses in that deal, but there's still benefits and opportunities that make them overlook it. There are many businesses that is heavily dependent on having good deal with another party, such as Walmart, which also have a great competition with other companies like Amazon. They need to ensure that they are the best choice for their supplier or the customer to choose from. If they lose them, it may cost them a fortune. Hence, negotiating skill is of paramount importance when it comes to managers that hold decisional roles such as a negotiator for the organization. And finally, the third managerial topic I would like to cover is business communication skills. So business communication skills is a process of sharing information between people within the workplace and outside the company. So it is a communication that is intended to help a business to achieve fundamental goal through effective communication, improve organizational practices, and also reduce errors. There's a few examples of having business communication skills, such as being an active listener. So one can be open-minded and engage into a conversation during meetings, or have the ability to listen and analyze opinions from other people, and finally give objective comments. Besides that, someone also can be aware of their non-verbal communication, such as eye contact and body languages, because non-verbal communication gives impressions and a huge impact on the audiences when communicating. And finally, one of the most important aspects when it comes to business communication skills is authenticity. It is important when communicating in business, one is being honest and direct and bring their own authentic ideas and feelings, because it creates a sense of immediacy and makes one fully present in the conversation. These are examples of business communication skills that managers can be trained on.
I'm Howard. Now I'm going to discuss how a company like Walmart could attract talented graduates. So my first point is, company like Walmart could attract talented graduates because there is always a room for growth and improvement when working in big company. So a larger company means there is a larger pool of talent. So this means that we will have more opportunity to learn from the people who are stronger or who are expert in that particular field. So the person we met in the career is more professional and they are more stronger in their personal development. So my second point, big company put times and effort in training their employee to give them the opportunity to move up and to get to middle and the top management role. So the data from the articles help us to understand that talented graduates normally have a hard times while transitioning into a company, and 48% of them fail. So as this is a great amount of people, it's something that the big company like Walmart need to pay attention to. To make it easier for these graduates, they actually create those training programs will prepare and help those employees to move up to the middle or the top management role more easier. So that's why I feel that Walmart will have a vast number of requests from talented graduates due to the opportunity for employees to move up to the top management more easy. In my opinion, the next point is, normally big company will invest more in employee benefits. So there are lots of benefits such as medical, disability and life insurance, or retirement benefits, and pay time off and fringe benefits. So benefits can be quite valuable to attract talented graduates. My last point, big company usually will increase the entry salary to attract talented graduates. So by increasing the entry salary for the fresh graduates, starting pay offering a higher starting salary might attract lots of talented applicants to apply for the big company because they wish to pay more.
Hi, I'm Darian, and the question that I would like to discuss is about, does an organization has the ethical responsibility to assist new managers transition into their positions? Why or why not? From my personal perspective, I totally agree that it is ethically required of a company to aid new managers in adjusting to their new roles. My first point to support is to ensure a smooth transition. As you know, every organization is different from the others and has its own goals and policies. And you can't just assume that the new hire will know everything about their job description and take over the new role right away. Therefore, in order to support the new employee during their transition, the company should help them to understand their role. This could involve like introducing new employees to their workplace and maybe outlining the company rules or job responsibilities. At the same time, to ensure the new hire gets the direction and information that they require, the organization could collaborate with the Human Resources Division as it gives new managers the knowledge of the businesses. And it is a must to the manager to receive all the necessary training and resources before transitioning into their position. as this exists as a form of workers' welfare that organizations must have the moral obligation to look out for. My second point to support it is to boost the confidence of the new manager. According to the article, 48% of first-time managers fail in the managerial transition. So, it is proven that transitioning position is quite difficult. Without any proper training, it is undoubtedly challenging to adapt to the new changes. To give you an example, you wouldn't expect a housekeeper to execute a cashier position without given training or assistance, or would you? Meanwhile, employees also struggle with transition because they are concerned about how it may affect their careers. They are concerned that it will either make their jobs harder or they will even lose their jobs. With support, managers feel prepared for a change, which greatly reduces the likelihood that they will perform poorly once they realize management responsibilities. The organization should also assist the new manager in developing a growth mentality by encouraging them to move outside of their comfort zone, which will increase their willingness to take on new responsibilities. As a result, new manager will feel less fear and anxiety while also increasing their drive and performance, including their capacity for learning new abilities, their capacity for adapting them, and their readiness to learn from failures.